And we're live. Hello, everybody. Thank you for
Hi.
joining us on another Monday. Wow, another week. Boy, that weekend went by fast.
It did.
And Nancy and I are back here for another Divine Feminine Monday. And today we have a special guest. We have Sylvia from Colorful Foresight. She's a little under the weather today, but we appreciate her still being here and sharing her beautiful energy with us. So thank you, Sylvia, for still hanging out with us. And of course, I got the lovely Nancy. Um, Nancy is has become one of my dearest friends in our community, and what I love to tell people and share with them that I've read with a lot of other readers in our community, and I adore everybody, but when I'm with Nancy, I can really just relax and be myself. And also with this girl right here. Hey girl, hey. Yeah, I have the lights coming through so people can actually now see when the light hits the purple that's in there. You're muted.
I'm gonna say Heather had a wave, and I even Allison, they have these natural waves. It's gorgeous.
Oh,
People pay for it, but it's like people natural gorgeous
yeah,
wavy
Allison's hair is
hair.
a lot longer than mine. She's got I mean, she's rocking the locks, and when Allison like doesn't strain her hair and just let it curl, some days I get so jealous. I'm like, girl, your hair. But mine used to be that long, and during COVID, and then
Yeah, but
finally it was
whether you
like,
have it
gotta get it cut.
short or long, it's just so cute.
Yes,
Yes,
I've had them
I
all.
agree.
So, um, Moira, hello, happy birthday! Today is Moira's birthday.
Happy
So we need to make
birthday.
sure that she gets a lovely little divine feminine message. Oh my goodness, Jackie, you're up late. It's 10 o'clock your time. Hello, thank you for being here. We have the other Jackie, Jackie Jacaranda. Hello. And Jay, Majestic Oracle, is here. Hey, girl. So yeah, how was everybody's weekend? Did you ladies have a good weekend? We had snow again, but that's to be expected.
Well, yesterday was my son's my middle child's 41st birthday. So we had a wonderful time. But we had something really sad happen today. My youngest son and his wife, they have a large dog. It's bigger than a Great Dane. It's like a Kaluna something. I don't know. But anyway, um, they brought her by. She had a procedure done at the vet's office. My daughter-in-law works at the vet's office, and
Okay.
she had bone cancer in her hip. And
Oh,
so they brought her by. They said she had 3 months, and they brought her by at 2 o'clock this afternoon on the way to the vet's for us to say goodbye because they didn't want her to
to
suffer.
suffer.
So they
Yeah.
spent the whole weekend with their pack. They have 5 big dogs, and they just snuggled with them all, and then they took Arlene to the vets this afternoon. So if y'all would just hold space for them, because I mean,
It's hard
we're
losing a fur
sobbing,
baby.
I mean, she's the most precious dog.
Yeah.
But
What's the
anyhow,
dog's name?
Arlene.
Arlene. Oh. And as we just said that, you asked us to pray for her dog. My cat just pushed the door open, came right into the room.
Oh, well, she's
Oh.
afraid of. She was huge, bigger than a Great Dane.
Hmm.
Um, Tail always wagging, and she's afraid of my chihuahuas, and because they're so yappy.
Hmm.
And she just was a gentle giant. She really was.
That makes me laugh that even
I know.
the Chihuahua scared a big dog like that. Because scares us at the human being. Yep, 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 yep.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know how I ended up. We had a retired racing greyhound first. I mean, well, I've had a lot of dogs in my life, but to go from a greyhound to a chihuahua is ridiculous. I don't know what we were thinking.
I had a greyhound whippet mix, and I miss her. Come on.
Oh,
There we go.
wonderful. Yeah.
just come on, turn the butt around. Come on. You know the rules.
My weekend was recovering from a cold, also my mother, and we have a few family members. But out of all that, I am going to be stuffy a little bit, but I'm good. I'm loving the longer daylight, so I'm all for that
Yeah,
because
same
it just
here.
feels more alive, more.
Thank you, Aries girl.
That's
Well,
my
I just wish
favorite.
they didn't do it so early in the season because the kids are standing out in the dark for the bus for like another several weeks anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
So
nice
yeah,
that it's still daylight.
prayers
It'll be
to.
daylight till 6:30 today.
Yeah.
And Jay says, Nancy, your background is magically delicious.
Oh, thank
For sure,
you.
pup. Yes. Um, everybody, yes, Fatima had a beautiful birthday too. So yeah, lots of love. And you said that too. The minute you heard that, you came in and meowed. Yes, you did. That's a good boy. I know it's hard when we lose our fur babies. It really is. I know Spiritual Rain that pops in. I do a show with her and Jackie now on Tuesdays where we talk
Mm-hmm.
about tarot. It's Tarot Tuesdays. Um, Rain lost her Jack last month to cancer. He had a growth, and then it was finally time she had to let him go. And
Mm-hmm.
so over the weekend, she went to the SPCA. Apparently, there were this house that they raided somewhere nearby, and the animals, too many animals, they were not being taken care of, that kind of a story. And she adopted three of them, and she didn't want them separated. So she adopted all three. And so she has now three new babies at home that she's taking care of. And so,
Oh,
yeah. Um, and let's see, I did say, oh, Floyd, yes, there's Jackie. Oh, there's JJ. Oh, well, Gypsy JJ and Flowing. Hello. Oh, we're getting our nice group in tonight. Yes,
yeah.
was the time change? Yeah, Allison picks up kids. She's a bus driver. So
Oh,
yeah, and it was so cold here this morning.
yeah.
It was like ridiculously like 20 degrees, even a little bit lower with the wind chill. And I'm like, we just had 65, 70 on Friday. So hopefully, spring comes back. And yes, a new lease on life for the dogs and for kitties. So
Yes.
we wish I could always rescue all of them. However, and Jackie says it's 9 o'clock here in the UK. Yep. So both Jackies, you're up late, and we appreciate you hanging out with us. And Jackie's actually in Ireland, so Jackie's in Cork. Um, and Rain's dogs are actually related. Heather, yes, she kept the whole family. So, um, yeah, two were from the same litter, and then one was a mother, if I remember correctly, Jackie. But I've seen some pictures. It's beautiful. Oops, there we go. So yes, so today, Nancy had given us homework, but I didn't get a chance to hug a tree. I will as soon as we get to the park and the weather gets nice. I'll make sure I get to, because there's a couple trees that we always love to sit under at one park and then at another one by the river that I love to go, and I'll make sure and give them a hug. And last year for fun, seeing that Allison's in chat, we were at the Arboretum Park, and there's this tree. I can't tell you how old it must be. You have to walk around it. There's no way to put,
Oh,
you can go like this, and you only have maybe a quarter of. I mean, it's just a
oh.
section of it. And so Allison and I were talking, and she goes, "Oh, hug the tree for me." And I said, "Okay, I will." And then I told Shan, "Here," I took a video. I go, "Hi, Allison. I'm going. Here's the tree." So I go, "Here's a hug for me." Okay, to the tree, and I go, "And here's a hug for Allison." And people are looking. I'm like, I don't care.
How many of you hugged a tree this week? Inquiring minds want to know.
And Moria says, "You can hug a house plant too."
Well,
Yes.
I hugged the pillow.
You hugged the willow. Oh, thank you, Gypsy. Yeah, it's kind of like in the light, the purple.
Oh,
But today, finally, the sun came.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
You hugged the oak. I was saying when I was in Florida, the size of the tree was at least 8 feet wide, or
oh my
even
goodness.
bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Some
really
of these are
old.
very old. And I have a sliver of tree from from Arizona. A friend that a guy that I was friends with, his family owned a property out in Cottonwood area. I think it was out, no, past Williams, excuse me. And they had a juniper tree there, and now junipers grow very slowly. And this juniper was huge, and he had to go out and trim it so the family wouldn't cut it down. And the tree, he says, to be that big is at least 2,000 years old. And so when he had to cut one of the slices off, I asked if I could take one, and I have one, still after all these years. So yeah, yep, Allison's a big tree hugger. How's Allison? Huh, she's right here. I'm a big old tree hugger. Yep, I don't care who's watching. And I think it was last week I was sharing with Nancy and everybody of we used to have a willow tree in the front of our house that actually saved my life one night. And of course, after I left to go, move to Massachusetts to save up to move to Flagstaff, my mom, lost the house. She had to go bankrupt. And it was like last year or so, I decided to drive down the street to see the willow tree, say hi to it. And after all these years, the people who owned it finally cut it down, and it was gone. And I cried. Yeah. There was a guy who was drunk. I was visiting. This was when my mom and dad got back together before my dad passed away, and I was staying overnight, and I was sleeping on the couch in the front window, and the tree is like, I can't remember how many yards or how many feet, or wasn't too far, but it was closer to the street. And this guy was drinking and lost control. And if that tree hadn't been there and caught and stopped the side of his truck would have plowed right into the house, into the front window, and I would have been killed probably.
Oh my goodness.
He hit the tree, boom. It all woke us up like, what the hell? And next thing you know, he's backing out and he takes off. It was a hit and run. And called the police, and they eventually found him hiding down or whatever by, the school or whatever. I'm like, nah. So yeah, that tree saved my life. Also knew my dreams and my secrets when I was a little girl, sitting underneath it. So, and then there was another one later on in life, which I kind of, between the both of them, based my poem. But, because Nancy says maybe write a poem. But Nancy, I want you to go first because you had a beautiful poem that you shared on your channel.
Oh, you mean from the card, or which?
You had two beautiful ones that.
Oh, you wanted. Okay, you wanted me to do both. Okay.
Well, those were so lovely, if you don't mind. And then,
yeah, that's fine. I've got it right here.
Then Sylvia can share her tree stories if she has any tree stories.
This is the card, and this card is it is from the Power deck, and it is called Feminine
by Lynn Andrews. Is that beautiful?
The world is bereft of feminine. The world is bereft of feminine consciousness. To bring Mother Earth back into balance, we must bring back our awareness of her. Language is a barrier between us, but woman has always communed with woman in an unspoken language. Her roots are entwined with the essence of Mother Earth, for she, too, is feminine. Woman is the keeper of the planet and must not let her energy be uprooted by the male systems within man or woman. We are all in need of world harmony. Mother Earth has been misunderstood, but she is the universal link. She is the womb for all that lives. Feminine consciousness is the energy that embodies the wisdom you need at this moment. And the poem that I found that I just thought was absolutely beautiful is by Emery Hall. And she does have a book out. You can, I think if you put in the word Emery Hall at Amazon, it will it will, her book of poetry will come up. And this one is called I Have Been 1,000 Different Women.
Ooh.
Make peace with all of the women you once were. Lay flowers at their feet. Offer them incense and honey and forgiveness. Honor them and give them your silence. Listen. Bless them and let them be, for they are the bones of the temple you sit in now. For they are the rivers of wisdom leading you towards the sea.
Ooh, bones. I got
They
used
are
part
the
of this.
bones of the temple you sit in now.
Bones of. I love that.
Isn't
That
it
is.
gorgeous? Wow.
I gotta save that for a poem and break it up but that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Bones of the temple you sit in now.
Yeah.
Wow. I love that.
Did any of you write a poem about a tree? Heather did, and I did. Of course, mine is short, but heartfelt. Anyone else out there?
Really quick, Sylvia, was there any other stories about trees or a poem or something you wanted to share before we go ahead? You're our guest, so.
Well, let's
She's like,
see. No.
no, that's okay.
You know what though? Another time, if I could.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
let me
kind of
see.
sprung on you, you know. Yeah.
The hollow bones of the goddess energies of the ancients. I am in awe. That's, yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
That's a really beautiful card, by the way.
Well, I went ahead and wrote one. It's still working. Oh, wait a minute, Moira. Our neighbor's beautiful, low leaning maple tree fell down last year. Like it had been slowly falling for decades, I finally decided to lie down. Still very, very sad. We had a storm. I'll have to pull out one of these days and share the pictures. I think I still have a couple. But we had these two big cottonwood trees in our backyard. And I think I was about 7, 8 years old. Yeah, around 6, 7 years old. And we had a storm. And thank God this tree came down and it didn't go anywhere near our house, the neighbor here, the neighbor there. It just went straight down the length of the property. And for years after that fell, it still, had its leaves, would come and go. And I did nothing but climb that, sat in that tree, talk to it. I would cry in that tree. It that tree was everything, and it lasted for many years, even after having fallen over. Its roots were so deep that it continued to still live, and I will forever love that tree. But I'll just go ahead and read. I'm probably going to rework this at some point. Um, I wrote, Grandmother Willow, you drank deep of the waters who loved you, held you in place, allowed your seeds to grow and roots to grow, and bark a rough but tender skin, full of rings that sing of your growth and your slumber, a sacred spiral telling of journeys past, written upon organic soil, pulp fashioned within your soul, a pitch so sweet that runs deep and can ink a grand symphony. You lent me strength when I had tears to shed, and although I can no longer touch or hold you and show how my own fingers have aged and are now worn, like your spirit, my too will be reborn. We shall meet again someday at our sanctuary's edge.
Oh, that's beautiful, Heather.
And that's what I wrote.
That's beautiful. I love that.
And yes, thank you, Jackie. And Sylvia's link is in the description too um, to subscribe. I am not a poet, but I have about 1 million tree photos. Does that count? Of course. You'll have to come out one of these days.
Excuse me. You were talking about your willow. There is a house maybe 4 blocks from me, and there was this big willow tree, and there's like a stream that runs through the property, and
Mhm.
it was blown down during a storm that we had years ago,
Mhm.
and they just left it there, and it straddles the stream, and the roots are half of the roots are above ground, and a new willow tree came out of the trunk that's across the stream and is growing up this way now. Isn't that
Mhm.
amazing?
Yeah. How life continues,
Yes.
no matter where, even through a crack in the sidewalk,
Mm-hmm.
you know, a weed, a dandelion,
Oh, yeah.
they all still. Was there anything you wanted to share, Sylvia?
I'm gonna say, I don't know, just listening to you guys, and I'm feeling very grounded. This whole idea about the trees, very grounded, and very familiar. And the message I kept getting, maybe because I'm a little bit under the weather, is the divine feminine. How gracious they are. Like you saw that picture from that card. The biggest thing is it also you are in your power when you allow the divine masculine nurture you. Now, the divine masculine is within us. It doesn't have to be like the divine masculine per se. So there's something about receiving with this particular collective here, about being better at receiving. Just sit in silence and receive. So that's what came through. I don't know, just feeling that vibe.
Well, in the pagan traditions and spiritualities, the green man, he is the wild man of the woods. He's the protector. He looks after Mother Earth. He's her lover, people go, "Oh, you're a child," but it's the expression of being able to give birth. And when seasons pass and times, and the trees have to die and then be reborn again, it's all about the celebration and the connection of the balance of the divine masculine and feminine, in all aspects, especially in nature. And yeah, the green man is one of my most favorites. So
Yeah.
Oh,
as
yes.
he goes, let's see. 3 days ago, my friend Maya had 70 views on a video. It dropped to 20 yesterday and only one today. YouTube is blessing with everything. Oh my goodness. Well,
Messing with everything. Wow.
that's awful. I don't know what that was all about. Um, Harley said, I dream of a house on lots of land. On the land, there are peach, lemon, pecan, and apple trees that fill the air with their wonderful scent, which travels through. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
What
I
a
can feel it,
beautiful
right?
dream. If you can
Ooh.
smell it. I mean,
Oh, wow.
Harley, you are
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
This must be a place on maybe a different astral plane or dimension or an area that you are actually physically going there on earth and spirit. How beautiful. Um, ooh, I just love
You know
that.
what? You know how we see that movie, The Field of Dreams? But we know
Mm-hmm.
there are actually places like that on Earth
Mm-hmm.
without you
Spiritual
having to
place.
cross over. And that's what brought up that
Yeah.
image.
The
Yeah.
portals. Mm-hmm. Hello, Arlene. Good to see you, my dear. Thank you. Just going through chat, making sure I didn't miss anybody sharing. Um, any other dreams or comments about trees and things like that? Okay. Well, Nancy, was there anything else you? Oh, wait a minute. There we go.
Well, I had my poem.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh,
Jackie,
let's see. Oh, Jackie
Jackie
says,
Jacaranda. I used to have a beautiful weeping willow tree in my garden where I lived before. My favorite tree, like an archetype offering protection, stability, beauty, and fun.
oh,
Very nice.
beautiful, Jackie.
And Harley, I had a tire swing too on one of those trees in my backyard. It was a cottonwood. Oh, everybody loved us. Whenever, the season came and the cottonwoods and everything was all covered in like white cotton. Oh, here we have another one. Ooh, I love when people share.
Yeah.
Lori, last week during a meditation, the roots of the tree were all weaving together. I had to be the divine feminine and masculine weaving together. Oh, it had to be. Lovely way to describe the aspect, Sylvia.
Yes.
Oh, poor Sylvia. She's
Oh,
toughing
bless
it
her
out for
heart.
us.
Yeah.
All right, well, let me put you in the big seat, Jackie, and
Oh,
share our poem.
oh, you don't have to do that.
Oh, you don't want me to? Okay.
Um,
For the cards, I will.
okay, but I titled it Gaia's Lesson. As you struggle to endure, I wanted to cut you down. You reached to the ethers in supplication as your roots seeked the wisdom of Gaia. And my eyes were opened as I saw you for the first time, waiting for me to run to you, my arms full of love and gratitude for your patience with me as I became aware.
I love that.
Thank you.
The first line about this with the supplication. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
The roots into Mother Gaia. For me, I know everyone loves to use Mother Earth, and that is a beautiful name. But the name Gaia, the letters, for me, I'm always connected to names with the A in it. Whether past life, I was told I had possibly a past life with a name with an A in it, and some spirit guides. But for me, anytime I see names or words with A's, I's, just
Mm-hmm.
the sounds, the vowels, and when I hear Gaia, I just think that's an absolutely beautiful, like Lemuria, the R, the I, the A, Lemur, just beautiful.
Yes.
So, and Harley says, loved that.
Thank
Beautiful,
you.
Jackie said. And Flowing is sharing with Harley about a home where we had apple, pear, peach trees. And my grandma, who I always share her picture, she had a pear tree in the backyard in her little bit of property. And every, summer, all of the grandkids and, her kids and her grandkids would come over, and we pick up the pears and take what we wanted home, and always had fresh pears. So very nice. So are we ready to maybe pull some cards, ladies?
I'm ready.
All right, let me just go ahead and get my band. And Sylvia, do whatever you can, sweetheart. I know your throat's bothering you, your nose and everything. So no worries if you have to pass on a couple or whatever. So just let us know.
Okay.
All righty. Allison, I have many tree stories, but it's hard to share here. The magic of trees is immeasurable.
Yes.
Without the trees, we wouldn't breathe. People keep cutting down all these trees, the rainforest and everything, and don't realize you do that. Those are the lungs. They convert, the oxygen that we need to breathe. And yeah, if anybody saw the first Avatar movie, with that earth tree and how they tore it down, and people were the
Yes.
grieving and the crying, and then they were able to save, like, the goddess tree, the Gaia, or the mother tree. Yeah, that was just a beautiful, beautiful movie.
I don't know the Pacific, but I've seen, and you guys probably seen it too, Lady, Divine Feminine, where there are areas, the desert, is dead in India and in Australia, and they're able to create a whole new ecosystem. So it's possible to recreate something that's dead, dry, into this very, like an Amazon, basically. So that's very promising. Because we worry about us, the way we've been treating the planet, but it shows how they are able to constantly regenerate. Like you were talking about that willow tree.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to let you know these are the 3 oracle deck I'm using. They're new. And
let me put you on the big screen. Go with it so we can see the cards.
The Sacred Creator by Chris Ann.
Ooh,
I see you guys
got a
don't
new one.
show off your decks. So The Animal Apothecary by Cara Elizabeth, and The Energy and Spirit Oracle. So it's pretty
Very
cool.
nice. Okay, so she is going to still pull cards. So
It's like being in a new relationship because they're new.
Yep. It's always nice to develop a relationship. Nancy, were you all set, my dear? For
I
Gypsy?
am.
Okay.
Gypsy JJ, I got 3 cards for you. It's interesting because they kind of all have the same color in them. The first is from the Dragon Riders Oracle that Heather wanted me to use this today. This is Artanis and Aris Lu. Open yourself to the gifts that life brings. Be grateful and patient, and you will receive all that you require. Isn't that beautiful?
Can you lift it up a little bit more? There we go. Oh, wow.
I want a dragon like that. I need a dragon. I think I need a dragon. How about you, Gypsy JJ?
We all need a dragon.
The second card is life energy. The happy fairy of sunshine brings lots of life-giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that need to be healed. And look at how these cards go together. At least I think they do. The energy. There is such powerful energy in this. And then the third card is the card of life purpose. And it says, manifest your dreams.
Wow. Jazz hands. Beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. She has stars in her hands.
Mm-hmm. It's like
I
a
love
web.
that for you, Gypsy JJ.
That's beautiful. And Sylvia, were you next? Ready? Okay. I'll go last.
Okay, Gypsy. Going with that theme that I was saying about the divine masculine is supporting the divine feminine. That could be the collective. So that's going to include into your individual reading. So going with that is you're going to be really appreciative with that extra help. But they're telling me okay with help. Like some people not okay with receiving. You're getting better at it. The gratitude. And that, you're continuing to heal. And you continue to nurture your soul. So what happened is sometimes when people are not able to receive that well, they're not able to heal so quickly. But because you have been able to at least accept it and to receive, to just relax, you've been noticing a more, like, I don't know, you've been feeling more deeper within yourself. So that had to do with your divine masculine. So thank your divine masculine, but you should be thanking the divine feminine aspect in you that's been open to it. So that's my message for that.
Thank you, Sylvia. And so, Gypsy, I have the first card for you is the dreamer. And I love you flying through the night, you're dreaming. And I love how she's dropping the stars. It's like she's flying through, taking the stars, and she's dropping, saying, okay, I want this dream. I'm going to take a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And you're dropping your dreams, your hopes, and releasing them and collecting them. I also have the way she writes some of these, she of the invisible ally. And this is the first time I pulled this card since I've gotten this deck for anybody. These beautiful whales, and they're in the air as well. So again, the sky, the stars, you have your, and this red, I'm going to point really that this red is what's really standing out to me. Is the red is of our place of seated or creativity. It's our place of, well, the orange too is creativity, but the red is about how we express it, how we tap into that. It's that energy that fuels and warms our homes, and it's that fire that it can destroy, but it can also help us cook our food. It's that intense expression, like the wand energy. It's energy, it's catalysm, it's expression, and I just love that wearing this, walking through, and it can also represent pain as well. Because the last card I did get is the Alchemist of Pain. And what I love about this card is that whatever pain that we go through, we give it to the earth mother, and she takes it back. And you can see everything is still growing around her. The branches are almost like embracing her, they're holding her, and you have the trees. So the stars at night. Okay, so this is interesting, Gypsy. There's the touch of red in her cloak, and she's flying through the night, and she is sharing her pain, she is sharing her expression. Red is also the color of sexuality, a woman's blood, a woman's power to be able to create um something that, of course, man cannot do. That's the one power of the women that, a lot of the patriarchal religions and the men are afraid of women, that was turned against women, was their ability to bleed, to have power, that kind of power, and to be able to give life. So it's like you're flying through. You're like kind of like a banner. You're sharing your strength, your expression, the pain that you go through, that you express, and you give. You have these beautiful allies, and the whales are like the record keepers of the oceans, of Mother Earth, the womb again, the place of, the primordial soup of creation. And the whale songs, they hold like they collect the Akashic records. And so just really beautiful cards, Gypsy. And I hope those messages resonated with you. And that's my witch woman in total control of herself oracle deck, Kristen. So, and yes, and I'm wearing red today too, so it's interesting. um let's see, did I miss anybody ask? Okay, so let me back up a little bit. I see you, Kristen. So Gypsy, hello. So Kristen Louise has joined us saying hello. Okay, you will be next, Kristen. I believe we said hello to Fatima. Fatima had a birthday too over the weekend. Alison said, I have two dragons, one on my right hip and now one your left shoulder blade. Very nice. And let's see, really quick, Harley, regarding trees, check out the walking palm. Socratia exoriza is a palm native to rainforests in tropical Central and South America. Very interesting. Will do. So making sure I didn't miss anybody. Oh, there was something else I wanted to share with Fatima, shared with us. Here in Canada, if you cut down a tree, you have to plant one.
Oh,
America should do that. Thank you for sharing that. And Allison also said the trees weep during fires and mass cuts and other times as well. Yeah, because, just like any sentient living being, they sense that, they feel that, and their pain and their emotions, like we were saying backstage, go so far underneath the ground, the earth, that it affects all other life forms. And yeah, it's when I see people cutting down healthy trees, just, to whatever, clear up make their front lawn look pretty or stuff, or clear for more construction, more strip malls and multi-million dollar homes and stuff. It just gets me livid. So I digress. Sometimes I can go off on tangents. So sorry about that, ladies. And Gypsy said, all three of your readings were amazing. Thank you so much. Resonated very deeply. Awesome. Thank you for letting us know, Gypsy. And so now we have Miss Kristen Louise. Ooh, Kristen, what deck do I pull for you? Oh, I got two decks here. And whenever one of your ladies is ready, let me know and I'll put you in the big screen.
I'm going to start while you oh, Nancy?
Okay. No, you go ahead, Sylvia.
Hi, Kristen. How are you? So what I got for you is mindfulness, powerful, present, quiet mind. What I'm getting is you haven't been having a peace of mind, but you're at a place where you're ready for more of that. The service, so you do yourself a service to, allow that peace of mind. um, kind of like had to go back with that theme I said about even at the divine feminine. In their power, they know that they could receive when the divine masculine give or take action. But if we're not fully aware, we may not be able to accept help from others. So from you, it's like part of having more of that peaceful mind is to allow that help from others. So you're the opposite from the other person I read, where she was open to it. So you're being told to in order to receive that peace of mind. I'm getting that peace of mind specifically. You gotta take it on, like to receive, because sometimes we may block. So I hope that makes sense, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Thank you, Nancy.
Kristen, the first card that I got for you is from that dragon deck, and it is Raphael and Tobit. Raphael has spoken. My name means God heals, and I am sending you my light. You will receive the gift of divine order on every level.
Ooh,
And
I love
Kristen,
those cards.
they're beautiful. Kristen, I tell you, I went to the Tree Keeper's Oracle because I remember watching some of your videos when you would walk in the woods. And I know that you love the woods, and you can find peace there. And the card that popped out for you is the Keeper of Grace. Look at how beautiful this card is. This is
wow.
Like you like this one, Sylvia? Because you were talking about the green man, the masculine energy. And this is what the book says about this this card. The tree keepers would have you understand that prowess and power come from balance, the interplay between an active will and a surrender to what is. When we refuse to take things personally and see ourselves as part of the living organism of nature, we can accept what is while also engaging our creativity to shape our personal reality. Between those opposite energies lives the golden thread of grace and the fierce, tender heart of surrender. And the final card, it said the golden thread of grace is this card. It's the card of awareness. And it says, look beyond what you see. And I absolutely love this. I mean, look at the woods, the forest behind, and this fey being, the foxes. And look at that portal, Kristen. I just love these cards for you. And that's what I have, Kristen.
That is beautiful. Did you just say, Nancy, you said something about the thread of life?
Yes.
Because when you said that, I thought of a card in this deck that I'm using, one of the decks I'm using for Kristen. And I'm like, I should look at the next card that was going to be next, because I only pulled, 3 that jumped out. And look what it is. It's the fates with the thread of life.
Oh, wow.
The 3 fates, the wheel. So, Kristen, I start out from using the combination decks of my Stacey DeMarco decks, and I have the path. You're on your path, my dear. There's your ladder, and it's time to start to ascend, to grow, and to move into who you are becoming. I have West, which is completion. And it's interesting because this is a missing puzzle piece. And yet to me, in this picture, I don't know if it's hard for people to see, but it's the brain. And so it's like a missing piece, completion. It's like awakening the third. For me, it means awakening the third eye, because the West on the medicine wheel and on the natural wheel, um, uh, wheel of life. um, the West is about, the rebirth, the dreams, moving into the next world, the other world. And for that last piece, it's connecting, it's coming together. These two cards speak of that. You are putting the pieces together, you're ascending, you're moving forward. You're moving into the West, like kind of like in the Lord of the Rings when they say, or when she says, now I'm Galadriel, I moved to the, I think it was, she said, to the West. It's about, moving into a rebirth. It's moving into the next phase of your life. And I was just going to pull one clarifier for the West card, but I had three, and that 4 one came out. And just really quick, the 2 of Cups has to do with relationships. And I know you lost your mom last year, so it feels like this cross that you both were bearing, it's time to walk away from it. And there's a line from Tori Amos's one interview that she did, and I think it was in one of her songs, and she says, we have to get off, it's time to get off the cross, we need the wood. And so it's time to remove yourself from that pain, that suffering, and start taking that, reworking it, exploring your spirituality, start evolving and doing what it is that you want to do. It's time for you to move forward. Stop looking to the past. It's time to look forward and start being in the present to help you move forward. I also got the Judgment card, my dear, and I know at times recently you said you feel like you still judge yourself for feeling like you weren't there enough for mom. But we saw your post. We saw that you were there at every chance that something came up. You were there for her. You were at your side. It's time to release the judgment. It's almost like she's looking at you and saying, okay, I'm on my way. I'm joining everybody else. I'm going to the light. I'm going to the Summerlands. It's now time for you to release that judgment. I'm having my spiritual awakening, and it's time for you to have your spiritual awakening. I got the 5 of Pentacles. Stop feeling like you need to, um, like, again, to me, this represents stop feeling like this. It's like the lack card. It feels like I wasn't there enough. I didn't give enough. I wasn't. Time to let that all go, my dear. And it's beautiful how Nancy had that one with the threads. And, it's time, the wheel is turned. It's time for you now to start creating your own future, your own destiny. And that's all in your hands. And I'll leave it there.
I wanted to say something to Kristen Louise, please.
Okay.
Kristen, when my mother passed, I had feelings of guilt that I had not been with her enough. I had, I just, I think this is something that happens to you. I mean, you were faithful, but I think this is what we feel when someone we love passes, and we wish that we had done more. And I went to a hospice therapy group, support group after her passing. And the counselor asked me, he said, was your mother a forgiving person? And I said, oh, yes. And I just feel like your mother was too, Kristen. And what he said was, she forgave you as you did it. So if these feelings that you have, I feel in my heart and soul that your mother, if there was anything, that your mother forgave you as you did it, and you have no reason to feel guilty. Mm-hmm. You did a beautiful thing, helping her go to her next dimension. And I love you for it. And I know your mother just loves you dearly. And if there was anything to forgive, she's already done it.
Thank you, Nancy. That was so beautiful. And she says, yes, she was very forgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. She says, thank you, Nancy. That's why we love her, Nancy. She's here to nurture and to mother us and share her beautiful wisdom.
Yes.
Oh, look at all these beautiful messages now
Yeah.
to Kristen. She
Yeah.
thanks you for your love. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All righty. And yeah, Allison was just commenting on with me with the trees. Yeah. It's if it's a tree that's dying, yeah, but when you see, the opposite. I actually have two paintings, little mini paintings that I did. There was this one tree in the way it hung over on the road when I would take Shan back and forth to work. And it's a regular road too that we go down. And I always was fascinated. And I stopped one day and I said to the guy, just so you know, I'm an artist. I said, I love this tree. I'm just taking pictures of the tree. I'm not taking a picture of your home. Is that okay? And he's like, yeah, okay, sweetheart. You're right. Go ahead, take a picture. And I'm glad I did because I think it was like the following year or so, they cut that tree down. And I don't have the picture of it anymore. So at least I got two paintings, out of it with that tree. So, yeah. Everybody's sending Kristen love. See, this is what I love about our community and our, in our circle here is that, we just love and support one another. I love that. Alrighty. So we are at 5:53. We still have some time. Is there anybody else that would like for us to pull cards for? Unless we want to go into the 6 o'clock and just do a collective for everybody. How's that sound, Nancy? Sylvia?
It's fine for me. I think
Okay.
you good with that, Sylvia?
She's like, yep.
All
Okay.
right.
So I'll go ahead and we'll pull cards for the collective. And again, if any of my mods like Kristen, Allison, want to go ahead and put your links into my chat, along with Nancy's and Sylvia's, that would. Oh, okay. Jane just popped in. Okay, we'll do the collective, but we'll get you, Jane, after we do the collective. All righty. Oh, she says, never mind, collective is good. Well, Jane, you still can have one if you want after we're done.
Well, gosh, Jane.
And it was so nice. Jane, you have to come
Why
back
can't we
again.
have it all?
Yeah.
I want it all. I want it all. And I want it now. Woo. Okay, that's too many. Too many cards. Here, I'll take those there. Put these back in here. Yeah, Jane, you gotta come back again and join Nancy. It was such a pleasure having you joining Nancy and I earlier with our
have
readings.
had a long day, Jane.
Jane's been busy, girl.
Yes. I'm ready.
All righty, there you go.
The first one, I think we need a little bit of fairy wisdom here. Have you ever been told that you're wise beyond your years? Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with a challenge. And look at that beautiful tree.
Very nice.
And the dragon is Eru and Lotos. Trust your judgment. Believe in yourself and in your truth. The final card that I have is something that I keep out all the time. It is the Hermit from the Mystic Palette. And I want you all to look at this Hermit. You see the forest there and the light. But what I want you to look at is his eyes.
I love that card.
And I want you to just look in his eyes and get his message, his personal message to each one of you. because he talks to me all the time. And I'm sure he has a message for each one of you in your hearts.
There you are. That's beautiful.
And that's a reading for the collective.
All right, give it over to Sylvia. So I was trying to find a book. I need a book for one of these cards that I pulled because I don't get it very often. So let me put you over, Sylvia. And Floyd says, yes, his eyes are powerful.
My God, that card, I was like, the Hermit.
Yeah.
Piercing eyes. He looks so wise. Yes.
You know how women, we don't want to generalize, but women tend to be more of a, they're more of a thinker. They have so many aspects to their mind.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened is, in this card, it talks about let go, bury it. And then here it talks about profit and decision, predictive guidance. What I'm getting is that it had to do with the timing of where we're at. There's no mistake that they talk about the timing of the feminine, the divine feminine, the golden age, the power of the woman. But we live in a world that, especially as women, because women are supposed to be about being a really great receiver, but we're very into our masculine as well. So that will trigger that overthinking kind of thing. So there are things that are coming within us that we may not be hearing. And it's starting to manifest because it's the awakening of the divine feminine. That includes men who have the divine feminine within them. So what I'm getting guidance is to ask your, spirit guide, like, please show me what I need to hear in regard the divine feminine, because there are things that we're not hearing because of the nature of where we're at. It's actually a very magical time right now, even though life is always magical, but specifically at this time frame. So it kind of goes with that image of that Nancy had in the beginning. You saw that beauty of the forest with all the divine feminine trees. There's something to that. I know. It's like, woohoo, do, do, do. I figured I had to boost the mood up with a glittery shirt. Thank you. The common sense, it seems like, but it's really saying you're missing out. Really tap into your divine feminine. Because the divine feminine, a true essence, it's really about being like the hermit in a way and being that great receiver. But because a lot of us are now divine masculine mode as well, we may not be hearing it as much. So going into that hermit mode will allow us to, and this will support and nurture what is given to us, like as a gift at the time frame. So let's go for it. Tap in, listen, and you'll see it's gonna awaken within you.
Hey, thank you, Sylvia.
It's a bit dramatic, but
And I didn't realize it. Today's Jane's birthday. Happy birthday, Jane. Of course you're going to get cards.
It's
God.
tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Oh, well, you can still get her cards. My goodness,
Sure.
Jane. Sure. So of course with me, you can never just get one card. So, but these 4 little ones that came out, but then I have one main one, and it's shocking the color red. So I think I'm going to have to really we need to start paying attention to, the color red and how it relates to our life, but I'll get that to a second. The first card I have is about surrendering and letting go what no longer serves us. Today is the new moon. So this is a good time to surrender and let go to the universe what no longer serves us. Moving forward, walking in beauty. And if you can see this card, the face is made with the flower, the butterfly, and the leaf on these plants. walking in beauty, speaking your truth in beauty. Um, Beautiful card, beautiful message. Even though it's a new moon, I did get the blue moon, which is the unexpected. And so for some of us, like reading for Kristen, and any of those of us who have lost a loved one, they're with us. So to me, this is a beautiful little reminder that they're with us and we're all walking each other home. And I love the unexpected. So expect miracles. And for some of us, being solitary is important. If you're in the desert, it's okay. There's the swing on the tree, and sometimes that's all we need is just to be alone, to be with ourselves, to be with our thoughts, and to again release what no longer um, serves us in this upcoming week. But the card that came out from my witch, and people are wondering which one it is. This is Witch, Woman in Total Control of Herself. It's by Angie Solins, and the art's by her husband, Silas Tobel. And of all cards, I got Weaver of the Red Tent. And you can't get more red than this. So with this card here, I'm going to just go ahead and read this. Long ago, the Red Tent was a place women gathered together to tell their stories, weave their futures, and shed their past, along with their menstrual blood. Losing the Red Tent and the village life associated with it has resulted in a loss of healthy interdependence. We've forgotten how much we need each other and how precious unstructured time can be. We continually feel the pressure to perform, produce, fix, create, heal, help without ever acknowledging our own needs. We've been raised to think of need as a bad word, a condition that makes us weak, inferior. But ultra independence is a trauma response. When we deny our own need, eschewing the very thing that makes us human and interconnected, we forfeit our belonging and eject ourselves from the circle of life. The cyclical process of giving and receiving, which results in growing. A witch is willing to make herself vulnerable, to ask for what she needs, and receive help without shame. Whether she has a village, a small circle of friends with whom to make her own red tent ceremonies, or just one sister or friend, she knows her sacred charge is to pay attention to her own needs first, unabashedly. She allows herself to ask for what she needs, which frees up the energetic space to offer what she can without the pressure of saving, fixing, or caretaking. And I think that goes along beautifully too with the other cards. The desert, solitary, taking the time that we need for ourselves first without shame and unabashedly. And beauty, loving our bodies, loving our power, and never being allowed anyone to shame us for them. And that's what I have for the collective. I mean, that red is just, and I didn't even mean to, it's just all the reds in a lot of these cards that are coming out today.
I really love that card. It's the one with it's beauty, and you could see like the leaf at the eye.
Yeah, that's how they did it. Yep.
That
They
is
created the
cute.
face with the and it's the
Love
beauty
it.
card.
It reminds me of like to feel feminine more again.
Very nice. So what a message, love it. Thank you. So Jane, you ladies want to pull cards for Jane? For Jane's birthday? Yes, red Mary Magdalene.
I have 3 cards for Jane.
Okay.
I had to draw a dragon card for you, Jane, and I got Serdwin and Baldwin. See the wonders around you and honor this incarnation. The here and now is the stage on which you will encounter and learn to love yourself.
And it's Caradwin.
Caradwin. Yes.
I love that. There she is. That fiery red hair.
Yes. And I pulled a tree keeper's card for you, Jane, and I got the keeper of the flow. The keeper of flow. All day, every day, the heart of your life tree performs one function. It regulates flow. It speaks one language, open, close. When we allow our heart to navigate our life, it's much easier to determine if a person, place, or opportunity is aligned with our highest good or not. First, ask yourself, does this situation align with flow? Does it feel upstream or downstream? And second, does this situation open me up and make me feel more possible and more alive, or does it make me feel small, cramped, or less than? These are the only two directions the heart knows. More of what opens us up, less of what closes us down. With the pull of this card, you're being asked to listen to its simple directives in order to set a course for your own true north. And the final card, this is the card of intuition. And this is inner wisdom. And you know, Jane, you are a bright light to me personally. I get such a blessing from your readings and your channeling. And you hold such a wisdom that it is just an honor to be in your presence. And I just wanted you to know that. You're so precious, Jane. And you have such wisdom and such intuition and such open communication with your guides and angels. And that brings a blessing to us all.
Mm-hmm. That's beautiful. A crone goddess. She goes, oh my God, that tree has a portal.
Yes,
and a
it
crone
does.
goddess. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And Gypsy says really quick, I really need that dragon deck. I know, right, Gypsy? Oh my goodness.
This is what it looks like. Whoop, upside down.
And Jane says, I'm speechless, Nancy. Oh.
Well, happy birthday.
Oh. So Jane, talk about flow and continuing with the energy of the red. And yeah. Jane, you are powerful, my dear. You got the volcanoes. Look at that. Talk about flow. That is from inside Mother Earth. For me, this represents her flow, her life-giving fluids, her ability to be able to bleed out of herself and to create a life, to create life, to create earth from things to grow from. You embody that beautiful power, the divine flow. Yes, sirree. Um, Also, next card again, some more red. Wildness, electricity. I love your hair. Every time I see you, it's like, woo, Jane, the wild woman with all her hair. But yes, electricity. The way energy moves through you, your knowledge, the way you share. Um, Electricity is fire again. It's that creative. Um, it's the creative from the earth. It's the connection to to spirit, to the power of all that is, and for it to come, for me it shows like it's coming down to her, but for me it feels like it's just emanating out of you. You have that presence about you, and your messages, who you are, your rings, like Nancy said, is beautiful. You got the sun card. You are light. And again, more of that beautiful red and yellow flow, like a waterfall. And we all sit here and we watch and we look and wonder. Um, so yeah, just beautiful cards. Jane, And I appreciate you so much and your encouragement for me and my channel over the last year or so. Our community is blessed to have you. And happy birthday, my dear. I'll give you over to Sylvia.
Nice to meet you, Jane. I've seen you around on YouTube land. I even had a reading from you once or twice. So it just seems like the cards are just telling it like it is, repeating what Heather and Nancy said. You got the Ace of Cups. Then we got the Fourth of Love and Creation, Divine Present, Sensitivity and Strength, Tapping the Force Within. And from Archangel Haniel, Joy, Blessing, and Intuition. I keep feeling like you keep getting like this energy coming from this way, from something here going into you. So as we know, we constantly get upgrade, DNA, or whatever you want to call it. So you're getting new opportunity to even be more intuitive. I mean, can we imagine more intuitive, more gifts? I'm not sure if the hearing thing, if you're hearing more or something different, but there are opportunities in regard to your hearing ability. So that should be fun, or a different ability that, because you kind of used everything already, but there's something getting more stronger. So that could be a fun gift for this year, but something like over here. So that's going to create a new opportunity and potential, because we're tapping into a new dimension or new something. You're going to see differently. So look for that. That's just part of the, that's just part of when we hit into that love vibration. That's why it's important to nurture the love vibration. You know how it is. Once you are in a certain vibration, that's why we got to work on it. You hit on I don't know what that was. You hit on a dude. No. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Hit it. But yeah, it should be interesting. I hope you share about that. But are you hearing something differently? I'm kind of curious, Jane. Are you hearing or something more? Oh, you have a ray of light off to your right. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I'm like, I'm seeing something. But it's just a ray of light to you. Are you hearing too? Is the hearing different or just? Because you already have a lot of gift, but it's something it's added that's kind of fun. You're a knower.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be interesting, because as a knower, you're gathering a different kind of skill set, something with the ear. So you just let me know. I'm just curious how that evolved, but just like the opportunity to know. I do hear, but it's not audible. Yeah, I know what that's like, to hear, but not to hear. So that ray of light. Okay. So that's something that's going to bring new opportunities for you for the birthday year. And we all are going to benefit from that as we watch your videos.
So she went to say her right ear rings.
It rings.
So she gets ringing and stuff in her right. Yeah.
I think it does have to do with that ray of light, though. The off to your right, that ray. I didn't see that, but I just felt like this. So that could be interesting, because it's like being a crystal. You know how the crystal hit certain, like a crystal has like so many different points. So you're like, there's that crystal, but you're going to hit a different aspect to you. That should be interesting. We're a crystal, basically. And it's depending where the rays hit in our body, it opens up to something. So that's your birthday gift for this year.
Says thank you, Sylvia.
That's
and
awesome.
Yes, Stevie says, I'm hearing Stevie Nicks saying, flowing. I heard Madonna song Ray of Light. That's the song that I was hearing. I was wondering what Stevie Nicks song you were hearing.
Listen, if you
Oh,
start singing like Stevie Nicks, that's
Jane,
awesome. We're gonna have like
there we
a
go.
good.
She says, "So true, Sylvia." Oh, and Jane was belting out Stevie Nicks today too. So very cool. Thank you, ladies. You're so welcome, Jane. And everybody, thank you for joining Nancy and I today and our special guest, Sylvia. Before we end, Sylvia, you got anything planned for this week? And then we'll go down to Nancy.
Actually, this Wednesday, my first time with Kevin, Loving Vibration will be on my
Kevin
channel.
Hammond. Very nice.
And we're going to read on current events, not political, but current events. So if you have any current event topic you want to know, put it somewhere on my comment, maybe under my recent videos or even this video. I will ask Kevin. So that should be fun. And there are others, but I can't think about it right now. So I just want to tell you, I really had a great time. I really enjoyed this.
Well, thank you for joining Nancy and I.
Oh,
And
yes. It's been wonderful, Sylvia. And I hope you feel better soon.
Every day
Yeah.
it gets better and better.
It does. And Nancy, what you got coming up?
The only thing that I have, this Friday at 3 p.m., I'm going to be on Ginger Faye, Divine Musings and Tarot, along with Miss Tarot D and Gerald Tarot Stash, and we are going to do 4-leaf clover readings. It's a spread that Miss D came up with. And then Sunday, oh no, this isn't me. This is somebody else that I've got on here I want to watch. It is Ginger Faye and Sun Psychic Jean at 3 p.m. are going to do their final installment on the dragons.
There you go.
So I wrote it down so I won't miss it.
Mm-hmm. So what time is that show with you guys on Friday? Because Allison and I do. What time do you guys start? With you and Ginger?
3 p.m.
Oh, goody! I get to make it! Yay! So sorry. Did I get a? Oh no! Wait a minute. No, I should be done with my show and I'll be able to hop over. Yay! Because I got to come on Friday. So
because I think we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Yes. Oh, I'm going to totally look forward to that. Let's see. Today is Monday. So tomorrow, Jonathan and I are going to do another live painting session. And
what time
tomorrow,
is that?
Huh?
What time is that? Because
that's going to be 3 p.m.
Oh, the last
Eastern.
One was so much fun.
Well, Diana Bowles, oil painter, will be joining us this time. So I have to clean up my room on this one area here and set up again. And then at 1 o'clock, I'll be able to be with the girls for about half hour. So Spiritual Rain, Jackie and I have a new weekly show that we do together called it's Tarot Tuesdays. And we bring up topics with tarot that we share our thoughts on and we discuss and we look at some cards. And so I'm really happy and enjoying that new segment in my on my being a part of that with my channel. And Wednesday, Jackie and I will be doing, and Allison, Aries Girl Tarot, will be joining us this Wednesday for our next case. Thursday, Kelly will be a guest on my channel. And that should be, I believe, at 2:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's sometimes I have to make sure because of the difference with the time zones. And then Friday, I have Patty. I met through Sylvia's channel. She does life coaching. And I believe she does cards too. I have to catch up a little bit with Patty, but I enjoyed her.
Yeah, she's a work-life balance leader,
very cool.
Coach, and she does use oracle cards. And she does Reiki and things.
And when I first saw her, I was just like, "Ooh," because I have a new segment that I want to do that she's going to be a part of called "Thinking Outside of the Box: Inspired Readings for Creative Living." And so she's going to be a part of that with me on Friday, and then Allison and I Friday night at 8 p.m. So awesome. Busy week. I like it.
I tell you what, just thinking about your schedule is making me tired.
Well, it's nice because with what's kind of going on here, not quite sure right now, knowing what's what with the apartment and some other stuff. It's a nice daily distraction. Gets me,
Yes,
you
yes.
know, puts me into a happy place, to help, even
I noticed that,
organize.
Heather, you really blossom with all these different creative
Yeah, I'm
videos.
trying to do different things. Yes, trying to bring my arts and things into it now.
I know the people who, yeah, the people who's like, I can't think of anything. I'm like, and then people who have so many different ideas.
And I
So
have a new one that I'm working on called Divine Design, the Art of Tarot. And Ramon of Moon Scarab, he is going to be joining me. And I'm hoping that Jackie can be a regular and join us as well. And that's where we just we'll pick a card from the tarot, and we'll choose 3 or 4 of different versions of that card from our favorite decks, and just share what we love artistically, about the cards, the colors, the composition, whatever it is. So trying to bring as much of my art into my channel besides just reading. So I enjoy the divine feminine with Nancy, the investigative crime, helping people, with cases on Wednesdays. Allison and I kicking back and having fun on Fridays, and also my poetry. Thank you everybody again yesterday for supporting the poetry. And if we can all keep Jeff, Tarot Ask Backwards, um, in our thoughts. He had to go to the hospital last night. From my understanding so far, he's doing okay, but tests are being done. So let's just, keep Jeff and send him lots of positive energy and healing towards him. That would be great. And hopefully he will be okay, feeling well enough to come back on Sunday for the next poetry and tarot. So just thank you for the support. I'm almost up to 800. So everybody, thank you for being a part of my journey. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. So and with that, we're at 623. Oh, those were my mom's favorite numbers.
Mm,
So I guess that would be the best. Yes, Jane, it is. Jeff Bailey. Yeah. So we just send him some positive healing and energy and vibes to help him through. That would be awesome.
yeah.
And because that's our community. We help love and support and take care of each other. So
Yes.
he put
Yeah.
up a video today, did he, Jane? Okay, I've been busy today, so I haven't been able to see that. Thank you for letting me know. Um, so yes, again, everybody, thank you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening, your day, wherever you are in the world. And Jackie Jacaranda and Jackie's Crystal Moon, this late at night in your neck of the woods. Thank you for being here and supporting us. And go watch it. I will, Jane. Thank you. And we'll see everybody on our next live. Thank you.